Hello, I'm Zaraganart. Welcome to the studio. And I just realised that on the last stream I was talking about this and said, hey, they've been really clever. They've put two holes in there so you can put a screwdriver through to tighten the screws up. I did think that, and I thought, no, maybe it's for some other reason. Actually, that's what it's for, because I've just seen it here in the instruction book, which says put a screwdriver through there and turn it clockwise. They even tell you which way to turn the screwdriver. But anyway, that was the body from the last stream. So what we'll do is put that to one side, because we're not going to need that for a little bit, because the next bit is building a gearbox, a real synchromesh gearbox. So this is the, in quotes, fun bit. Actually, it is quite fun, but it's fun because it's going to take some doing. I have not got this right first time yet, so let's see if we're going to manage it this time. So I'm going to need out the parts, starting with gear plates and things like that, which I think is a complete different, what's the part number for that? Gear part A. That doesn't tell me a great deal. But that does. Bag D. That looks like it's got most of the bits in it. Actually, I'm also going to switch glasses. That way I can see better. Ah, there you are. Okay. Remove the staples. And I've just seen on this label, it actually says steps 19 to 27, which is the ones that we're about to do. So I shall put that to one side for the moment, and we start digging bits out of here. We start with an end plate, and we're going to start with three rods. What do you call them? They're the bits that join this end to the other end. Another part. Yeah, there's only three. Maybe the fourth one goes on afterwards. Right, what else do I need out of this? I need a little tiny grub screws. I think I need this part here. So I'm trying to get out without letting any of the tiny grub screws out. So I'm just going to push that through the edge of there. Come on. Alright. That bag's stronger than it looks. Scalpel and cutters. I was using that last night for something else. Scalpel. No, it's not a scalpel. Ah dear, I'm getting old. So that's something. I can't remember what it is, but it's something. And for the moment I don't need anything else here. No, apparently not, but I do need a part J2, which I don't think is in there. But I'm fairly sure it's not in there. That's correct. There's some of the gears, but I don't need them just yet. So I'm just digging through the box here of plastic stuff, looking for basically looking for that. Now these are not made, these are made, I was about to say these aren't made out of plastic. They are, it's nylon. Fairly sure it's nylon. So it's a lot stronger than the plastic, but it's kind of slightly sort of lubricant type of thing. Staples sometimes. Just sometimes. And these are also part of the gearbox. But for this one I just want this part here, and just to confirm this is tree J, and I want that part there which is part 2, J2, yeah. I really need to put that back in this bag, but I'm doing so. And now I want out some screws from pack BC. That's BA, that's BB. That can go back in there so I don't lose it. Where's pack BC? Tucked underneath. BC. Okay. So I am wanting BC, which are the dark ones, and these are going to be machine screws rather than self-tapping screws, which I think means it's those. That's what it looks like. They're about the right length, so I want 3 of these. 1, 2, 3, and okay, these are BC, so that's it for that bag for the moment. And in pack BA, which is this one, I want out some nuts, some flange nuts and some normal nuts. So I want out 2 flange nuts. So they're kind of nuts with an inbuilt anti-vibration washer. And 2 standard nuts. I like nuts, by which I mean the type that you eat. I'm kind of partial to salted roasted cashew nuts. Cashew nuts? No. Pistachio nuts. Salted roasted pistachio nuts. And now, in pack D, I'm guessing is this one. I want 2 6mm screws, which I think is what's in this bag here. Nice thing about the bag being transparent is that you can check by having a look through it. 1, 2. Now hopefully they don't come out of there. Okay, so we are ready with thread lock to assemble. So I know this thing really doesn't want thread, well, they're not suggesting putting thread lock on most things, but I'm going to do it anyway. So plastic part, where's that plastic part gone? There it is. That goes in there. That's where one of the lay shafts, one of the shafts goes through. You know what, I can do it. Let's see if this works. They're not the right nuts. And that's because I got them out of the wrong bag. I was not taking notice. So then go back in there. See how easy it can be, BB, to make mistakes like this. Luckily they kind of wouldn't fit. Kind of indicates that you've got it wrong. So looking at it, the little silver ones that are in here. Two. They should be the right ones. See, I wasn't paying enough attention. Okay, so those should drop into that. They do. So this means I've got the right ones. So what I'll do is I'm just going to drop some thread lock into the top of the nuts. I didn't think of that, did I? Okay, that's completely covered them in thread lock. To clean that up in a minute. At least I'll keep them in place. Now these are a Phillips stroke posi drive. I don't know which one it is, but they also have a slot cut in them as well. So
so polite. I'll do my best to help. Just ask whatever you'd like me to do.
Shut up for one thing, since I didn't talk to you. Yeah, so they've got a slotted head, so you can use both. This is just one of these replaceable screwdriver bits, which I just happen to have loose rather than in the screwdriver. So I was just using it like that. I've got this. You've got to make sure you get this the right way around, because you put that on the wrong side, you've got to reassemble the whole thing. You might wonder at this point, how do I know I've got it the right way around? Well, just get rid of the thread lock. I don't want that hanging around loose. This little piece here, it's where a shaft goes through. If you look carefully on the diagram that comes with it, you can't see it on this side in the drawing. You can, if you know what you're looking for, see it on the other side, but the fact that it's not there means it's that way, not that way. So that's got that piece in place. Now what we're going to do, is take this and I'm trying to remember what that piece does. That piece actually just goes through there with a nut on either side of it, and I can't actually remember what it does. As to whether or not I should put thread, well, I'm going to put thread lock on it. I'm going to guess. About there. One thing I don't want is nuts coming loose inside the gearbox. Nearly. I'm just stepping to one side because I recalled I had some spanners. I don't know, and I thought that one looks about the right size. It's not. That one is. So we'll just tighten that up. These two essentially lock against each other. The thread lock will help keep that in place, and I've just no, I was about to say I put on the wrong way. I hadn't. I'm glad I didn't. Right, so the next thing is to put in place these three. So I want this on the bottom hole there. Again, there's multiple holes here. You've got to get the right holes, because if you don't, then you'll have to take it apart again. The top one there is a mounting hole for the motor. Somebody's been squeezing that tube. Yeah, this one. Now there is 4 of these, but I am assuming that the 4th one is currently left off until after the until the gearbox is nearly assembled. And because of that, I'm going to make sure I get the right one, which is the bottom right. So we're not doing the bottom left just yet.